to who watch all of the things you do. I hate to break it to you, not everyone wants the best for you. Who try to take the dream inside you, they see they're flat out jealous and envy all the things you will be. Yeah, just hold your head up, man, and keep on moving on. If I would've never struggled, then I wouldn't have this song. But don't get me wrong, no need to stack up your strife. You gotta watch the ones who you let speak straight into your life. Cause the artists, they will sing you all their fancy little songs with the funny little beats and all their catchy sing-alongs. But the messages they give are not the kind you should be fed. It's a recipe of lies they try to get stuck in your head. Man, I see some rappers sold their souls, I won't be selling mine. No need to find a source when you're eating from the vine. You thought that I was done, but now I'm leaving behind. Wouldn't say I deserve it, but I'm here to get what's mine. Live free, dream big, and see that the world is yours. The world is yours. Give all you have to give. Cause the world is yours. The world is yours. Live good, live right, no fear tonight. The world is yours. The world is yours. And just stay true, fight on, stay you. The world is yours. The world is yours. Look up, live free, dream big, and see that the world is yours. The world is yours. Give all you have to give. Cause the world is yours. The world is yours.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. I hope that you're having a good day today. It's, I guess, the first sort of official day of the week since yesterday was a holiday. If you weren't able to hop on yesterday's show, we did a special Memorial Day edition, and it was a lot of fun. But I'm glad you're here today, and today we're going to leave the United States and head to Russia, and we're going to learn about a special landmark. That's the crown jewel of Moscow. So we're going to learn about that in just a little bit. Well, I hope you've had a good day so far. It's stopped raining this morning, and it's a little cloudy outside, but it's nice, and maybe you can get outside and walk around a little bit. Remember, this is the week to turn in all your Chromebooks and come pick up all of your things at school. So if you haven't done that yet, you need to do that by the end of the week. We're going to have teachers and staff members up there helping with all of that. So I hope you're able to get up there and get your things and turn your Chromebooks in. Let's look and check and see how our house point totals are doing. This is episode 52, and we're going to learn about St. Basil's Cathedral today. So, Eurisi, you're edging ever so closer to that 10,000 point mark. You have 9,679 points. There's a real close race for second place right now. Funda is currently in second, and they're just ahead of Dynan by 40 points with 8,159 points. Dynan has 8,119 points, and Amistad has been moving forward, and they're getting real close to being up there vying for that second place mark as well with 7,616 points. So will Eurisi get to the 10,000 mark, 10,000 point mark before Friday? We shall see. Teachers are sending me in point totals, and so I'm updating that each day with different point totals that are coming in. So we'll see if Eurisi can hit the 10,000 point mark. It's going to be real close. Today we are going to Russia, and we are going to learn about St. Basil's Cathedral. Jacory has been asking about this for several weeks, so I thought that we haven't been to Russia yet. Specifically, this is in Moscow, Russia, and we're going to learn a little bit about this place today. So St. Basil's Cathedral, it's also known as the Cathedral of Intercession, is a famous cathedral in Moscow. It was commissioned by Ivan IV, that's Ivan the Terrible, if you've heard of him, for St. Basil the Blessed. It's in the area that is known as the Red Square, and it was built, it took 5 years to build between 1555 and 1560. So This happened about 500 years ago, the construction of this cathedral that's withstood a lot, and we're going to learn about that today. So it's escaped destruction many times. Napoleon Bonaparte, he wanted to take it to Paris with him, but such an undertaking would have been impossible. Instead, he ordered it to be demolished. Explosives were lit, but a torrential rain suddenly started, extinguishing the fuses, so he wasn't able to blow up the cathedral. Joseph Stalin also ordered it to be destroyed, since it interfered with parades. However, his architect stood on the stairs and demanded that he leave the cathedral, or he would slit his own throat then and there. Miraculously, Stalin agreed, and the city of Moscow also caught fire numerous times, and the cathedral was spared. And it wasn't spared, but even so, it still stands this very day. So, the cathedral has withstood a lot of different things, and it's still standing there 500 years later. Miss Johnston put in here, I heard Catherine is great. I wonder why. Her first name is Catherine, but Ivan is terrible. Hee hee, that's funny. Funny joke. I like that. All right, let's keep learning about St. Basil's. So I've got 12 facts for you that we're going to learn about St. Basil's. Fact number 1, it was built by Ivan the Terrible, the first Tsar of Russia. Ivan Vasilievich, also known as Ivan Gronzi, a nickname meaning sparking terror or fear, or stern. Ivan IV and the Grand Prince of Moscow ordered the construction of the cathedral in 1554. Ivan, grandson of Ivan the Great, saw the cathedral's completion in 1561, but upon his death was interred at the nearby Archangel Cathedral. So he's not buried there, but he's buried at a nearby cathedral. So it was built by Ivan the Terrible. The second fact, the cathedral was constructed in honor of a military conquest. Ivan's goal of military dominance over a central Russian state led to numerous conflicts during his reign. That's one of the reasons he has the nickname Ivan the Terrible. In the 1550s, his armies defeated the independent Tatar Khans of Kazan and Astrakhan, and the church was built in honor of those victories. So this church was built in honor of all the military conquest of Ivan the Terrible. Third fact, Ivan allegedly blinded the cathedral's architect. Stories and myths abound of Ivan's raging temper, one of which involves him purposefully blinding the cathedral's unnamed Italian architect so that its design could never be replicated. Do you wonder why this guy's named the Terrible? Other legends state that the architects were a pair of Russians named Barma and Postnik, or that they may have been one person. But legend has it that he, blinded the architect so he couldn't build something like this anywhere else. Sounds like a pretty terrible guy to me. Fact number 4, many names have graced the cathedral. Dedicated to the protection of the Virgin Mary, the church is officially known as the Church of the Intercession, or the Cathedral of the Intercession of the Virgin on the Moat. It has also been called Pokrovsky's Cathedral, Pravosky Sobor, and Svetoy Vasily Blesiny. Okay, my Russian's not the best, so excuse me for butchering, all those Russian names. Faith and Destiny says, cool, if I were there, I would be the queen. Yeah, it kind of looks like a queen's castle, doesn't it? And Mackenzie says, that's crazy. That is. All right, fact number 5. It was eventually named for Basil. Born in 1468, Basil, also called the Blessed, the Beatific, and the Wonder Worker of Moscow, was the son of commoners and was trained to be a cobbler. He became known for his prophetic powers and for being a fool for Christ, and following his death in 1557 was buried in the cathedral that would take its name after him. So he's actually buried there, and it's taken his name. The cathedral is made up of 9 chapels. Built around the 156-foot high central nave are 9 small separate chapels that are aligned to points on the compass, 4 of which are raised to designate their position between heaven and earth. The chapels are dedicated to the protecting veil of Mary, the entry into Jerusalem, Saints Cyprian and Justinia, the Holy Trinity, St. Nicholas, Velikotsky, St. Gregory of Armenia, St. Barlaam Kutnitsky, St. Alexander Seversky, and the three patriarchs. The ninth chapel was added in honor of St. Basile. So there are 9 small separate chapels that are all aligned together. Fact number 7. The brilliant colors weren't added for over 200 years. So for the first 200 years, it was white. The cathedral's original color was said to be white to match the white stone of the Kremlin, while the domes were gold. Starting in the 17th century, the facade and domes began to be painted in the remarkable colors that are seen today. And the pigment is said to be taken from a biblical description in the book of Revelation of the kingdom of heaven. So originally it was white with the gold domes, but then in the 16 and 1700s they started painting them. Fact 8. It's one of the centerpieces of Red Square. The large open square and market area in Moscow has been the geographic and metaphorical center of Russian life since the 15th century. The square, called Krasnaya Ploshchad in Russian, measures 800,000 square feet and houses at its western end the historic fortress and government building known as the Kremlin. A number of beautiful cathedrals, including the Assumption Cathedral, are situated in Cathedral Square, and at the southern end stands St. Basile's. Other historic buildings and monuments in Red Square are the State Historical Museum, a white stone platform called the Lobno Mistyo, the former State Department store called Gum, and Lenin's tomb. So that's the picture of what Red Square looks like, which many tourists visit each year. Fact number 9. It's now mostly a secular building. Confiscated by the state after the Bolshevik Revolution, St. Basile's has been a museum and a tourist attraction since 1929. Occasionally, church services have been held there since the fall of the Soviet Union in 1990, and every October, the cathedral hosts a service in honor of the Day of Intercession. Okay, so it's not really a church anymore. It's more of a tourist attraction and a museum, but occasionally they do hold church services there. Fact number 10. A replica stands near the Russia-China border. In the city of Jalanur, situated in northeastern Inner Mongolia, about 3,200 miles west of Moscow and nearly 700 miles north of Beijing, a scale model of the cathedral was built but has never been used as a church. Photographer David Montalone documented the strange side of the building, which houses a children's science museum and sells fake fossils, during a 2015 visit, and noted the beautiful turrets and domes are actually just a shell, and like the fossils, are not real. So there is a replica of this near the Russia-China border in Mongolia, which I thought that's interesting. All right, fact number 11. Upon a Soviet architect went to a gulag to save it. Upon Joseph Stalin's ascent to the head of the Soviet Union, St. Basile's fell out of favor and was in danger of being destroyed. And in order to make room on Red Square for larger demonstrations and marches, architect Pyotr Baranovsky supposedly sent a telegram to Stalin saying he would rather kill himself than demolish the historic cathedral, and subsequently spent 5 years in prison. During that time, though, the state's attitude changed and St. Basile's was spared. Many times this building has come under fire, but it has withstood all the problems that people have tried to, the folks that have tried to actually tear it down or destroy it. All right, the last fact number 12. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. In 1990, the Kremlin and Red Square were named a World Heritage Site by the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. It's one of 16 UNESCO cultural sites in Russia. So, those are the 12 facts. Let's see if anyone has any comments here. Wow. Let's see. Mackenzie says, wow, was a church. No wonder there were so many saints. That's true. LOL. Oh, Faith and Destiny asks, what is an intercession? So an intercession is like saying a prayer on behalf of someone. That's, to me, is what an intercession is. It's like you're trying to intervene on behalf of another person. So that's what an intercession is. Well, those are the 12 facts that I have about the St. Basil's Cathedral in Moscow, Russia. Many years ago, my uncle actually worked in Russia, and he was there for 2 or 3 years, helping, build. He's an engineer, and he was helping build this building, not that one, but somewhere else in the country. And I remember him talking about Red Square and seeing St. Basil's Cathedral. So maybe one day, all of us here on this live broadcast will have a chance to go see St. Basil's Cathedral. It looks like a beautiful place to visit and take pictures, and who knows, maybe go there during the winter time. That last picture was really pretty. Yeah, like Faith and Destiny say, wow, that's a pretty galaxy. Yeah, it looks like a galaxy, but it's actually, that's what Red Square looks like during wintertime. It gets really cold in Russia, though, so they're pretty far up north, but I think it would be worth a visit there. Well, tomorrow I have a special read aloud book for you, the last read aloud that I'm going to do for you this year on Mr. Crader Live this school year, and I hope you come back tomorrow to visit because it's a special one about kind of moving on and doing new things. So I hope you come back tomorrow to listen to the read aloud, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and thanks so much for spending part of it with me here and learning about St. Basil's Cathedral in Moscow, Russia. All right, everyone, I will see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Look up, live free, dream big, and see the world is yours. The world is yours. Give all you have to give. The world is yours. The world is yours. I tried to break free, you tried to keep me bound. I tried to live right, you tried to keep me down. But now I'm going up, I'm moving high then. Anywhere that I've been before, I'm flying, man. It's kinda crazy, like my feet are lifting off the ground. I'm touching heaven with my hands, now to get the sound. But though I'm flying, my head is still level, and I won't be bound down to hear the whispers of the devil. Now the future is here, and it looks real bright, and it can be yours too, if you set your path right. I know life can be hard, but you were put here to win. Just refuse to quit when you're down and get back up again. Man, I used to write my music from my tiny bedroom, and though I dreamt of being free, I felt trapped like in a tomb. And even though the times are dark and I can barely even see through all the tears, I sit and pen, weave out my destiny. But now the days are gone where I would listen to the critics who counted me out before they ran the proper analytics. I'm here to stay, just like a necklace waiting to be pearled, and I'm throwing up the chorus as I'm singing with the world. Live free, dream big, and see that the world is yours. The world is yours. Give all you have to give. 'Cause the world is yours. The world is yours. You should be careful who you listen to, who watch all of the things you do. I hate to break it to you, not everyone wants the best for you. Who try to take the dream inside you, they see they're flat out jealous and envy all the things you will be. Yeah, just hold your head up, man, and keep on moving on. If I would've never struggled, then I wouldn't have this song. But don't get me wrong, no need to stack up your strife. You gotta watch the ones who you let speak straight into your life. 'Cause the artists, they will sing you all their fancy little songs with the funny little beats and all the catchy sing-alongs. But the messages they give are not the kind you should be fed. It's a recipe of lies they try to get stuck in your head. Man, I see some rappers sold their soul grows, I won't be selling mine. No need to find a source when you're eating from the vine. You thought that I was done, but now I'm leaving you behind. Wouldn't say I deserve it, but I'm here to get what's mine. Look up, live free, dream big, and see that the world is yours. The world is yours. Give all you have to give. 'Cause the world is yours. The world is yours. Live good, live right, no fear tonight. The world is yours. The world is yours. And just stay true, fight on, stay you. The world is yours. The world is yours. Look up, live free, dream big, and see that the world is yours. The world is yours. Give all